Hey, everyone goes through a very unique journey, and we are not here to judge. We are here to open up, unmask, strip, and make the best out of the situation and the time that we've invested together to be with each other and acknowledge each other. Hello, I'm Aileen Hoe from English Champ Malaysia, and you are tuning into the Soul Rich Woman Show.
A strong and independent woman is something to behold. She pays her own bills, buys her own things, and she doesn't let a man affect her stability or self-confidence. She is a soul-rich woman. Are you ready to be rich doing what you love? Be on purpose and in control of your life again. At For Women Who Love the F Word podcast, we will be openly talking about getting more clients online, getting recognition as the leader and female entrepreneur, and also the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. It's time to own and love the F word. Welcome to the show. Hello and welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited because here in bright sunny Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, I am having this beautiful, gorgeous lady sitting right next to me. She is the director of English Champ. Okay, she is also the honorary assistant secretary for Toy Libraries Malaysia, committee member of We Care Journey, Home Minister after office hours. Now, this lady is a power-packed lady, like a chili padi all packed in one, ready to unleash, the force within her. Okay, she loves children, and she, of course, have her own kid as well. So let's welcome Aileen.
Hi, Janicia. Thank you for having me here today.
Hello, Aileen. Thanks for coming on today's show. Very glad to see you here.
I'm so honored to be here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about, who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Aileen Hoe. I'm a mother of hundreds with one biological child who is 9 this year, and the rest are other people's children whom I give them back to the parents at the end of the day. How good is that?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly do you do during the sessions?
Okay, so right now for me, I work with the parents more, and I train the teachers as well. Our motto is we make learning fun. So when the kids come through the door, what they do is they have fun and be themselves. Yeah, so our environment is very nurturing, whereby we use positive affirmations for the children, and they come and be themselves, and we work with them from the mindset.
Okay, so you started this early, 2001, right?
It was founded by another person who, fortunately or unfortunately, had to leave to Australia for her son's education. So from there, my mom, who became my business partner, we decided to buy over the place, and we also built that place, rebranded it to English Champ.
Oh, so you bought the whole place. Did you buy the land also?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I love the positive mindset. Okay, so you bought and then you rebranded to English Champ.
Yes.
But what made you wanted to do this part of the work?
I believe as educators, we are influencers for the next generation. And I always believe in this, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter reminds us what we used to be. So that is the power of being an educator. We influence not only the children, but also the parents and the guardians.
Wait, let us give you a big round of applause.
By the way, I didn't write that song, and I'm not the original singer. It was originally sung by Whitney Houston, and that song actually inspired me. I listened to it since I was little, and I've always loved kids from a very young age.
And how did you develop the curriculum? I mean, like you started from scratch, you built the whole thing.
Okay, I believe in this motto, we don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Wow, I like it.
I'm a bit lazy in that sense.
Oh no, it's called Model After Successful People.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you know as well as a successful female. So what I do is I take from the best a little bit of here and there, not so much of like one specific systems because I always believe that it has to be customized. And whatever that's customized for this year may not be applied for the following year because the children, they change and with the technology and so on, different parenting styles as well. So we have to always upskill ourselves. So what we practice is we make learning fun. So my forte is using music and movements and speech and drama. And we put that as the main elements in the teaching of the language. So that's why when kids come, they have fun. And they don't really feel that they are learning. But at the same time, through music and movement, they learn discipline. They learn to take turns. They learn to respect one another when they take turns to pass on the percussions from one person to another person. They learn to listen, and that's recall and response in certain songs. They listen, they learn to receive and to give as well. And a lot more can be done from there.
And when you are talking about music and movement classes like this, are the classes like small or big?
It can be anywhere from one-on-one and up to as big as 15 or 20. I've also conducted one with about 30 children in a room. Yeah, as long as we're having fun, we are playing and laughing, and that's the whole idea.
So there's no maximum size in a class?
Okay, for our setup, maximum is 12.
Wow. So it can be so it allows people to be, it allows it to be conducive.
Yes, that's right. And we also understand each child as a learner. So we believe in a VAK system, like visual, auditory, kinesthetic. So there's a lot of personalized attention given, although it's still in a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So before you started English Champ, what were you doing?
Oh, take a guess. Well,
not accountant, right? Or lawyer, accountant,
Quite close, quite close.
Civil servant.
Well, I was in a corporate finance line for about 5 years. And, my dad's been a businessman and it still is. So my mom's been a teacher all her life. So I always joke that I'm the best of my parents because I'm in education, a teacher, but I'm also doing my own business. So I'm half and half of each of them. Yeah.
So that journey, you decided to quit your job and then move into the English Champ opportunity.
I quit my job full time to go into teaching full time. Into teaching full time. But before that, while I was still in corporate finance, once a teacher, always a teacher. I was still teaching part time, and I found that very tiring, but it was still very fulfilling. But what made me decide to actually let go corporate finance for good, although the pay was good and all that, was actually I gave myself a question, a life-changing question. I asked myself, what would I do if I had only 1 year to live? So that answer was very, very clear. I know that I want to be with the kids and I just want to be happy, and I realized that that's my calling and that's what I would love doing for the rest of my life.
And that's why you are doing what you're doing right now.
Yes.
This is really awesome. Wait, let me give you a fairy dust. Fairy dust. Very, very amazing lady. Talk about you went through a very tough divorce and all these things. How do you cope? Of course, you have a very good support system, but being the sole breadwinner, eventually, taking care of your own kid, is not easy. How do you overcome and stay triumphs, despite all these challenges?
I spend a lot of time on my own as well to feel myself and to understand, because different phase of situations, it brings out the best and the worst in me. So it's about giving myself space and to understand that, okay, I need support, and I'll come out and reach out to the person or people whom I know will be able to give me this emotional support at this time. Taking care of yourself is most important as a woman and as a mother as well. And I would say that if you don't take care of your emotional and mental health, then it definitely will not help in whatever we are doing with our kids.
So how do you balance your, family, which is your kid, commitments and your business?
So it's very much of, the first thing is everyone has 24 hours in a day. So it's how we make best out of the time that we have, how we prioritize. Sometimes I have to put certain things down to be able to attend to other things. So I would say that I always make sure that whenever the phone rings, if it's my daughter who calls me or my family members who calls me, I will leave everything aside for them. If there's anything that's required for my members of family, I will attend to those things first. So that's my priorities.
A lot of women, they are, we want to help them to go from unconscious competence to conscious competence, right? To invest in their own financial education, their own, emotional education, so that they can, own the F word, which is being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. So I'm always curious, how do you even get started? Was there someone, an incident, or do you saw an advertisement? What was it?
I have always been a big believer in self-development, in continuous learning. Even since young, I've always been curious and been a thinker and wanting to fix things. So when, fix people. So I realized that it's not my responsibility to fix people. I should fix myself. So for things to change first, I must change. So that's when a good support structure is very important, and the discipline to see it through. Yeah,
it's important as well. So what is the advice that you give to the lady who is listening in right now, who's probably sitting on the fence or don't even know that they can have the desire or could create the change in their life?
I would say that we women are lucky because we are very intuitive. Yeah, and believe in yourself, trust yourself. That's the most important thing. Maybe in the Asian culture, a lot of times we feel that, because of what will the parents think, what will the society say if I were to decide to do this or that. But at the end of the day, listen to your heart, because your heart and your intuition can never go wrong.
To you, what embodies or what entails a soul-rich woman?
A woman who believes in herself and is not afraid to live what she believes in. Yeah, that I would say is a soul-rich woman.
Last but not least, before we go, what would you tell our audience?
There is always a positive part in the day. So the sun still rises, the birds still chirp. Be strong. And being strong means you can also cry out for help from the people whom you know can support you.
So how can my audience reach you?
They can connect with me on Facebook at Aileen Hoe, or they can always email me at aileen@englishchamp.com.my.
Thank you, Aileen, for being on the show today. Thanks for making time. It's really beautiful to see, that glowing, kindred spirit within you, doing so much for, people around you, especially children. I think that's a really, something that I can sense from you sitting just beside you.
Thank you, Janicia.
All right, for you who's listening in right now, thank you for being here. I know that you could be doing something else right now, but I hope that we have done everything in our power to make it well worth your time. This is Janisha Alora signing off. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so honored that we are connected, and I hope that I can continue to serve you as you build your dreams. And if you love this episode, and I hope that you did, rate it 5 stars. Give us that glowing review, because it will help more women around the world finding the Soul Rich Woman podcast. Alone you are strong, together we are unstoppable. Now share this with every woman who needs it, because this is how we are changing the world, one woman at a time. As always, Get out of your comfort zone and go towards the dreams you've always wanted to achieve. For women who love the F word, being fabulous, having freedom, and financial independence. My dear soul-rich woman, sending you my love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.